Let us discuss about specific dynamic action. Specific dynamic action. What is specific dynamic action and what is the importance of this specific dynamic action? Specific dynamic action is also called calorogenic action. Calorogenic action, or it is also called thermogenic action. Thermogenic action. The definition of this specific dynamic action or calorogenic action or thermogenic action is the extra heat production by the body over and above the calculated caloric value when a given food is metabolized by the body. Okay, let us write the definition. The extra heat production by the body over and above the calculated caloric value when a food is when a given food is metabolized. Don't worry, I'll explain you very clearly. Suppose now we are giving some amount of food. Okay, you are giving some amount of food and you calculated the amount of energy that is derived from this food. Suppose you calculated x calories. Okay, before giving food you calculated that this amount of energy will be generated by this quantity of food. When you give this food to the body or when you consume the food, the amount of energy generated or heat generated is more than the calculated value. That means along with the x, some extra amount of heat is generated. Okay, heat is nothing but form of energy, right? So extra amount of energy or heat is generated. This extra heat is called specific dynamic action or thermogenic action or calorogenic action. So why this extra amount of energy or heat is produced? What is the reason behind it? The reason is, even if you give the food even you give the food to the body, our body will spend some amount of energy for utilization of the supplied food. Okay, the body will spend some energy for utilization of ingested food. This energy is called specific dynamic action. So body spends some energy for utilization of food. For proteins it is 30%. For proteins it is 30%. For fats it is 13%. For carbohydrates it is 5%. Okay, what for this body is spending energy? Mainly for absorption, digestion of food, transport, for storage, etc. For all these things, and body is spending energy. That means for utilization of energy, body is spending some more energy. Okay, for proteins it is 30%. For fats it is 13%. For carbohydrates it is 5%. If it is combined or mixed, the energy spent is 10%. In mixer there is reduction in specific dynamic action or thermogenic action. The reason is fats and carbohydrates fats and carbohydrates, they have the property of reducing SDA or specific dynamic action. So when you give proteins along with fats and carbohydrates, there is decrease in specific dynamic action. Especially fats has more reducing capacity, more reducing capacity compared to carbohydrates. In proteins, mainly the specific dynamic action or extra energy is utilized for deamination. For proteins, it is mainly for deamination, synthesis of amino synthesis of urea, okay, synthesis of urea, biosynthesis of proteins, synthesis of triacyl glycerol, all this for all these things in proteins the extra amount of energy is utilized. In proteins, especially amino acids, phenylalanine and glycine and alanine, they increase SDA. In proteins, especially the important amino acid that increase SDA are phenylalanine, glycine and alanine. Okay, these three amino acids, they increase SDA. Usually SDA is more for proteins, but if these amino acids like phenylalanine, alanine and glycine are present, the SDA will be more. In carbohydrates, this mainly the SDA or extra energy is utilized mainly for conversion of glucose to glycogen. In fats, it's for it's mainly for storage, mobilization and oxidation. In fats, it's for storage, mobilization and oxidation.